Get ready for the Chaos Rain stream. Uh, oh, welcome, welcome. As you know, there was a little minor technicality, nothing really too serious. But it looks like enough of the music. And wait, let me make sure because like always, I have to make sure everything is set in accordance. So in 1 minute or two, we shall begin this discussion. Oh, let me make sure this is the right one. Oh, damn it. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna jump down and come back, see if I can correct this. Okay, let me see if I corrected it now. I'm gonna share this one more time. Make sure everything is working. Just gotta do this, guys. I have to do this because everything has to be working. All right, here we go. Cross my fingers. Hope this comes back on. Oh god, I think the board might have been damaged. Y'all can hear that? The music? No, y'all can't hear the music. Oh. Um, let me do this. Let me plug out the board and plug it back in. For normally this happens all the time. So I'm gonna do this one more time, and I'm gonna start. If the music can't start in 2 minutes, I'm gonna start the stream. Okay, guys, it looks like I fixed it. Let me double cross my and see if this will work. You know how music is nowadays. You have to always check reference, make sure everything is running good. Cause I got some sounds to play. One last time. This is gonna be last time. This don't work. I'm just gonna leave it alone. So let's cross my fingers. Okay, it's fixed. So let's get this party started. How y'all guys doing? Everything good? Everything well? All right. That was a very long introduction, but you know how it is when you deal with only the engineer side of things. It gets what I want to call very, and I mean very blunt, messy here. But welcome. And for those that's new to the channel and those that will subscribe, thank you. As always, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you hit the red button. And as you hit the red button, you hit the top bell, not the middle, not the lower. You hit the top bell. Like the top bell go ding. That's when you know where there's uploads or when I go live here on the Cast Rain channel. Also, you can now follow me on Twitter. And what's good, Queen? You can also follow me on Twitter at CastRain7. And you can now follow me on Facebook. Yes, Cast Rain is on Facebook. Can you imagine it? Eric Rain is Facebook. And if y'all want, I will put it in the chat room if you want the links to those if you want to follow me. And also hit me up on the message if you want to do some, interviews for the future show here and also the call show on another channel, which I'm not gonna name right now, but for those who want to know, you know where to find me. But no. Let me do this because there's one more link to share. And I forgot the side of things of oh, and what other thing, I'm also on Discord. And if Pamela is not familiar with Discord is another server I also, you know, post as well. And I will leave the link there in the chat for those that want to either participate or just want to add me on Discord. The choice is always yours. So let me find the Discord link and I'll share it right now. Let me and as I'm doing this, okay. Mhm. Let me go to my Rain page and let me see if I can add a Discord. I'll create invite. Why not? Now, mind y'all, this is the Discord link for those who want to communicate with me also on Discord. And I know most people are not familiar with Discord. Discord is a very helpful platform as well. So, oh, yeah, and one other thing, if you're listening and watching, please hit the like button as well. You know, and let me leave that link there. And also, if you want support, I'll leave the link here for the support channel. Let me erase that. I'll make sure. There we go. All right, those are links. Now, what is the title? Oh, and Charles, if you there, can you give me the put the name of the actual spelling of this word gynocracy? And let me turn on my volume from my other end so I don't hear no echoes. Very good. Today's stream is titled Jada Pinkett Smith, A Gynocracy Dream. Now, why I said the Gynocracy Dream, as those that are familiar, we always hear from many space from Manosphere, Black Manosphere, etc., of the word Gynocracy. And for those that's not familiar with it is, you could ask a man, particularly content creator, blogger, social media, anyone that use the word Gynocracy, rather loosely or not, what it really is and what it stands for. And what I've noticed throughout most of the digital space, social media especially, is that Miss Jada Pinkett Smith is living the dream. Something in the world, a man or actually a woman's wildest fantasy that no other woman, or actually no, my fault. Every woman wish to have and want and yearn for lack of better terms. And that dream is to have a well controlled, and I'll be nice to Will, but I had to keep it real as another man, a beta male under her fingers, well controlled. Now, they will ask Chaos, what do you mean by control, Chaos? Well, I'm glad you asked. Look what fancy Jada's living. She's living the life. She has a man, a provider male, that gives her pretty much everything. She gets the penis, she gets the wallet, she gets the house, and she gets trips. And also, here's another thing for a woman that is a C class actor at best. Oh, did I just say that? Is someone going to really give me this? Yes, yes. C list actor at best. She gets the roles that she sometimes don't normally qualify for. Now, our people gonna really hate that and won't like what I just said, but I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Because when we look at her catalog of work, the only good movie she ever done was, and let's Wikipedia Jada Pinkett since we're on here talking about her. Let me see if I can find something on it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna Wikipedia right now. Let's look at Jada Pinkett's Wikipedia. Jada Pinkett. Wikipedia. And we always look at Wikipedia for reference for a lot of things. Oh, you agree? Oh, thank you if you agree with it. Let's look at the movies she has done in the past, roughly now. I would say this is 1990, maybe 30 years, maybe longer. Let's check the talk show's host, and let's share the screen, shall we? I want people to look at the visuals of this, and please share this because we could talk about celebrities all day, but we really do a little background check what is read and said about her. As you look here, Jada Pinkett Smith or Jada Corinne Pinkett Smith, and there's some special little asterisk character. I don't know what the hell that is. She was born September 18, 1971. She turned 50 2 months ago, or a month and a half ago. Screenwriter, producer, talk show host, and singer, which I know she's sing because what album she produced? Can anybody give me an answer to that? I don't know what album she produced. She is best known for her role in A Different World, 1991 from 1993. So she's been really active in the so-called acting role movie scene slash TV show for the last 30 years as she turned 20 something years old. She's been in the game for 3 decades. Thank you, Charles. I will edit that once the stream is done. And one other thing, I will drop the link for a little bit for people to commentate. But she has only been in the game for 30 years. And one of the movies that she's well known or roles she played, as you can see here, A Different World that lasted up to 1992, I think, or 91. I could be wrong. Oh no, A Different World only been around since 1987 till 1993. So the time she came around Different World was only a span of 2 years. Imagine that. This was her only starring role ever in her acting career. And once Different World concluded back in 1993, 28 years ago, she was able to get small little roles. Most roles, most black actors play C actors at best. They'll play normally these so-called gangster roles, these so-called low-level roles, baby mom roles, etc. And I'm not wrong. I'm telling the damn truth. If y'all look for her background, the role she played, we all know is what's that movie called? Let me see if it came up. I'm surprised it didn't come up yet. It should be up here. Let me see if they can find her films. Oh, here it is. Menace to Society came out 1993 after A Different World concluded. And after that, she also was enrolled the Inkwells. See that? That came out the next year, 94. Jason Lyrics. Don't know what the hell that is. Look like some dumb shit. A Low Down Dirty Shame, which was really popular. And I think this really started her trajectory besides Menace Society, as you can see here. And let me zoom in because I want y'all to see this. I know y'all can see this, but let me zoom in for y'all. That's better. And Low Down Dirty Shame was more the popular one. If we can go look at how much the movie grossed, I know it made money. Next, after that, she was rolled in Demon Knights. No one know what the hell that is. Look like some dumb shit. The Nutty Professor was another good role she played. If These Walls Could Talk, no one know what the hell that is. Look like some weak ass movie. And another popular movie she played in, and I'm gonna say it personally, that came out in 96 going on 97. Set It Off. Where she was 25 years old. Now, mind you, listen and hear me good. I want y'all to pay attention. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett got married in 1996. Now, is it true or not did she get married in the 90s, in the mid-90s with Will Smith? Because this was the last important and promising role she ever played for the last 25 years. Besides The Matrix, and The Matrix, only reason why she got the role is, the hookup with Will. Because Neo was supposed to be played by Will Smith. Because Will already admit that before playing back in 97, I forgot what he played back then, was some other movie that was probably not that popular. I could be wrong. But he could have gotten a major role, a real serious major role, after The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air went off the air, was The Matrix. But he turned down that role because he didn't see that the role was going to do anything. He didn't see himself playing that role, which I regret. He should have played it, because if he was playing that role while doing everything else, wherever his net growth was back, now, since he's roughly, I think, 200 or close to 300 million net worth actor, he would have gotten close to almost 600 million. How I know? Because The Matrix did very well, especially the one in 1997 up to 2003. And they are coming out with a new Matrix this year, the middle of December. So let's go on. So that was the only top box office role she played in. And mind you, Set It Off made money. This is the only top movie she ever played before she got married to Will Smith. And we click on it. This came out in 96. The film grossed 41 million against the budget of 9 million. So it made an additional $30-something million. So let's go back. What other movie she played? She played Scream 2, which is all right. Woo. Um, eh. Let me see how much this movie grossed. Yeah, I think this movie was okay. I remember, when you're not really a strong actor, it's like some of the movies you don't remember much. But if you look at the budget, this movie did not that well because the budget alone was 13 million. It only made an additional only 8 million. So that was not a good movie. Let's go back. And I'm just going down her demographics of her bio because it's gonna sit in. Because let's be honest, when we talk about content, let's be honest. We don't look at the background of a lot of these people that we pay attention to. And we always think, and we know a lot of women will say that Jada is living the best life. She's one of them top actors. And I'm looking at her catalog of work. Only a few movies, most less only probably one or two movies that we know were serious box office besides the Matrix. We know Matrix gonna make money anyway. And there was not much role she played that really was paying attention to. But when she married Will, she only got more by Hollywood by the assistance of this black man. And I'm telling the goddamn truth because we look at if I look at Will's catalog of work and the money he grossed, it's obvious that Will was more of the top actor and the top provider, which we can't deny that. Let's go down. Nope. Princess Mononoke. Okay. Bandoozle. We don't know what that is. Kingdom Come. We don't know what that is. Ali was another good movie, which if you see right here, Ali came out in 2001, 20 years ago. And at the time when Muhammad Ali retired from boxing back in 1981. So the bio of Muhammad Ali in a movie came around 20 years later, which I did not know until I did the research just now. Ain't that something? So she got that role because her man was playing one of the most electrifying boxers of all time. Oh, you want the link, Catholic of Truth? Give me a second. I will put the link. Y'all guys got press one if you want me to add you. I just want to have this dialogue briefly. But in the next maybe 30 minutes, I will open it up. Let's go down. Okay. I'm just looking down her catalog. Matrix Reloaded. That's when she played in the Matrix. That came out at the same time. So it's 2003, 18 years ago. That was another promising movie. But after all that, we look at the analog, the catalog going further. It's not much known that for a C actress. Sometimes she's not even a starring actress. Maybe she'll do some voice over on certain anime shit. But mostly her catalog's not that super strong. We look at all this. I'm looking down. Kim contract. Hmm. Oh, and this is her directing debut. Human Contract. Let's check how this movie did. There's no budget. Ain't that something? No budget in this movie. So you can know that this was not a really good debut directing movie. Let's go down. Hmm. She was in Men in Black Part 3. Hmm. But she was only that. Madly Madagascar. Bad Mom. Hmm. Girls Trip. Angel Has Fallen, and Matrix Resurrection, which is supposed to come out this year. Ain't that something? She is gonna be somewhat of a playing a role in the new Matrix movie. And look what we have here: red pill, blue pill, which is gonna be something that talks about what's going on in the master, or what they've been using for a few years now, taking blue pills, red pills. This movie that's gonna be coming out this December is gonna reveal all that. So if you're a person that's part of either black or regular manosphere, I think you should pay attention to this movie that's coming out. But that's her catalog of work so far. And I'm not going any further. So let's go in. Well, before we go in, let's look at this. How long she been married to Will? I think she's been married to Will now for 25 years. They said in 1996, but let's make sure. Um, let's see. Okay, I'm just looking now. I'm trying to find when they got married. Now it said here on April 2013, Pickett Smith caused many to believe she and Will were in an open marriage. After starring in an interview and always told Will, "You can do whatever you want as long as you can look at yourself in the mirror and be okay." Because at the end of the day, Will is his own man, and I'm here as his partner, but is his own man. Now, mind you, we all know that's garbage because no one didn't really know about no open marriage until recently with this thing with August Alsina. And I say this personally because the media did talk about it 8 years ago, but no one really looked in it or believe it. They always speculate, which that's the whole purpose of you telling your business on national air that you're in something. But unless someone is slipping up and doing something stupid, no one's really going to take that seriously. Now, mind you, as y'all know, a lot of women, when Jada got caught up in this so-called entanglement, she called it, a lot of women kept their mouth shut. They didn't say nothing about this. You ever notice that? A whole lot of females, mostly black females, didn't say nothing about this. Y'all know that? We heard about it if we really look into it, but we really think it was really an actual marriage until this entanglement. And I find it very odd that if you're in an open marriage, you should be keeping that not only in tight nips, but you should be moving very much better so no one knows that you're very sloppy with your openness. And last time I checked, there was a lot of things going around with her open marriage, or what they said they were open marriage. So when we look at that, and we see here, there's the affair here labeled here on Wikipedia. And I tell you one thing, Wikipedia is one of many sources. We could look at articles and news from other sources, but they keep a well thought out demographics and bibliography of a lot of people. So when you get your resource, you always want to look at Wikipedia first, then try to find other outlets that goes more of a more bibliography of most of your celebrities or anybody that was alive or dead to get a thorough background check because they keep tabs of a lot of things. That's why I like it. That's why I like Wikipedia as a source, one of many sources. We always can't depend on one source. If you can get more than one source, and if it's saying the same thing, you're doing a good job. So, as researchers, always try to find as many sources as possible, if you can. So it says here the affair, what took place in June 2020, singer August Alsina claims that he and Jada had been involved in an affair in 2016. And that's now going on 5 years ago to happen with Will Smith's permission. So they said, because if y'all looked at the Red Table Talk, and y'all can find this, when Will had to sit down and look at Jada real hard, Will knows saying, "Bitch, you know you fucked up, right?" And the reason why I say is because he didn't expect that you're going to be sloppy with your movements. But then again, for most black people, if you did not know this or did not hear this, I'm gonna tell you personally, and I got a nice sound bite for that. That with black women, when they see you as a man, especially a black man. Keep in mind, this is what the thinking in the back of her head. She won't say verbally, but this because one woman said it best, which it should always keep to heart.
Men are here to serve women. I truly believe this. This is my belief system, and I'm sticking to my belief system. And I think Black women deserve to be served.
Yeah. Yeah. You get that? So going further down, as we look at this is only one of the incidents or the entanglements that was broadcast live or was leaked out. That's one entanglement. But then you talk about the other entanglement with the other co-host when she was working as Hawthorne. I think that's what it's called. The TV show Hawthorne. When he was sleeping with one non-black man, one of the co-hosts. If y'all not familiar with Hawthorne, if I could find that, let me see. I think that's the name of the TV show. Yeah, Hawthorne. I was right. And that came out in 2009 up to 2010, I think. Hmm. Another TV series. But it makes me wonder how long they've been married. That's all I know. Let's go up. I'm looking at this, scanning this. I'm trying to find it. No, that's not it. Let me go up. I'm trying to find the time when they got married. And it says here Jada Pinkett is Jamaican and Bayesian, which really is either her mother is Jamaican and his father could be Bayesian, or it could be vice versa. So this is a woman, if come sidetrack here, her mother is a Caribbean, a woman from the Caribbean. So she, if it adds up, she's a first time generation American. And y'all know I did stream on this about beware of the island females or the island girls them. Especially ones that have parents that are from the Caribbean. Y'all gotta find content on my channel to know about that. I'm not going to detail that. But nonetheless, she is first generation American since her parents are from the islands. Let's see. I'm just gonna have to type it up. Oh, and if you like the stream, please like the stream, share it, hit the like button. Um, let's see when they got married. Okay, so they've been dating since the 90. I would say after Will got divorced, he got back in the dating scene again in 95 at best. But they've been married now from what is shown here, December 31st, 1997. Tupac died in 96. They didn't tie knot until the next year. So, and the reason why I'm saying this is because when you look at how she moves and carries herself for the last 25 and we could say 24 years, she never got over her affection love for Tupac Shakur. May he rest in peace. And he is also the same age as Jada because they're both born in 71. And if we do another Google, let's see if this is the one. This was another thing that came to my attention. And I'm gonna share this. And I gotta give a shout to Beautiful Lies because I did not know this existed. Oh, what's good, everybody? I see y'all now. Good, good. Thank you, thank you. And Dr. Funder, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Uh, this right here was very, I mean, very disturbing. This right here was disturbing. Look at this. Will Smith wrote an interesting open letter to Tupac Shakur. What the hell is this? Y'all see this? This says the open letter. And it writes, you can just imagine the stories that Jada Pinkett Smith has told her children about her friendship with the late rapper Tupac Shakur. The two became inseparable as teens are meeting at Baltimore schools for the arts of Jada became the inspiration of many of Pac's poems before he was gunned down in 1996, 25 years ago. And in this continued paragraph, over the weekend, Jada's daughter Willow recently shared a handwritten letter to Tupac that she wrote when she was younger, saying that she knew he was still breathing out there somewhere. The letter also hints that Jada may have been having a hard time accepting his death, as Willow writes that she wants him to come back. So mommy and me can be happy. What? You say what? No. What do you mean to come back to be happy? What fuckery is this? That's some fuckery right there. Your own daughter. And I look at Will and say, bro, what are you doing? How is your wife and your only daughter saying that they want Tupac to come back to be together? That is the most biggest insult a man could ever endure. It is disrespectful at best. It is very disrespectful. Let my seed tell me, and I find out 10 or more years later that your mother still has feelings for a man that has been gone for 20 years at best. And then say that you write letters to hope to talk to him in the grave so he can come back, rise up, and swoop her up and take her back as his lover. That's some weird ass shit. Brothers and sisters. I never heard such fuckery in my life. If it ever does exist. But let's go on. Oh, this weekend, Jade and daughter Willow recently shared a handwritten letter to Tupac. And I read that right. Let me go down. And it writes here, and it states here, Dear Tupac, I know you are alive someplace. I think that my mommy really miss you. Can you please come back? Can you come back so mommy and me can be happy? I wish you were here. I really do. Love, Willow. Now, we could say, for the sake of conversation, this could be something that somebody created and put on the internet just for more attention. And no doubt it's a possibility. And I say, why is a possibility? Because, like the soundbite said it best.
Men are here to serve women. I truly believe this. This is my belief system, and I'm sticking to my belief system. And I think Black women deserve to be served.
Yes, yes. That's a mentality right there, brothers. And I'm gonna say person, and let me stop sharing this. Enough of that. If y'all guys want to come up, press one. That, let's be honest. Why every Black woman today will never, ever in their fucking mind will speak and say anything ill will of what Jada's doing? There's very little content creators out here that will say, and I mean verbally say some out their damn mouths about this entanglement in this situation, what Jay is doing with Will. And you know why? Do you really want to know why? They will never say anything. They will never say anyone because of this.
Men are here to serve women. I truly believe this. This is my belief system, and I'm sticking to my belief system. And I think Black women deserve to be served.
You are here to serve them. So what you hear all your favorite content creators, men in many spaces, have been saying this for goddamn years. It is evident and it's proven fact that these women will never say nothing about this situation. They will keep their mouths fucking quiet. They will stay silent. They will stay so silent you won't hear anything but a pin drop. Because you are here, Black men. Yes, you're right. I'm gonna put up your comments that you are designed to hear to serve. Damn. Jada Pinkett Smith will never, and I mean never, with a clear consciousness. And I'm gonna say this personally on air. She will never, in her rightful mind, divorce Will Smith. And the reason why she will never divorce this man is because in her heart, in her mind, Will Smith has given her everything, including to go around and fucking suck every man known to man. She would get her back blown out by many dudes comfortably. And she'll come back and say some fuckery to the public about how Will can't perform in bed and all this ill will shit. Because men today, brothers, as much time as men speaking personally, you create this atmosphere for a lot of women, like Jada, the mindset to do what the fuck she does. And I can't knock her because she has the thinking and the will ill. And the ill will thinking is this.
Men are here to serve women. I truly believe this. This is my belief system, and I'm sticking to my belief system. And I think Black women deserve to be served.
You are here to serve. Hold on, guys. And because of this sick thinking, this ill forgotten thinking, that you're going to see more weirdness come about in this year and the coming years ahead. That a lot of women are going to feel so entitled and so endeared that they want the Jada experience. I call it the Jada experience in good faith. That you are here to serve them. You remember what BJ said best, that why young Black men are men that get of a certain age and they really take advantage and make sure they get sex up before the age of 16 or 17? And because they're here to serve women. They're preparing your Black ass to be a buck, to make sure you make them come good and comfortably, not only in riches and finance and whatever, but also make them come comfortably. Unfortunately. And if you cannot do that, you have shown worthlessness to them. When you look at the divorce rate in America, which is pretty high, in the over 50s or wherever, and if you are that so-called person, I mean person generally, that is a over 6-figure, 7-figure person, they will, and I mean they will, with a clear conscience, will eventually take advantage in this Western world, this first world country, and make sure that you pay them everything. Why do you think the laws are put in place? And we could say this applies for every woman. Yes, and this is because America gives the luxury and comfort for women in this place. to cipher everything, to consume and never really show nothing for the consumption. So it's not saying that Will can't divorce her and get out of it. Not saying that. She could do that. I mean, he could do that. But we gotta look more deeper that Will, and I'm speaking Will because Will just released a book. And his book just came out maybe a few days ago or something. He's preparing some new book. I forgot. It's probably titled Will. And he talks about his life, his shortcomings, and his comings as a man. Back when he was in jail one time, sleeping in jail back in Philly for a reason, even to his rise of fame during the hip hop and rap era of the mid to late 80s to become an actress now. And he reveals all in his first tell-all book. So I'm just looking at time. So from knowing this, he tells his life story, even the things where he feels his miscomings when it comes to relationships and women. And I'm gonna say personally, Will, it's not really your fault, brother. You were born in a time and era where everything was really showing and revealing between nature of man and woman and what they were preparing men in regards to where their finance and where they're going in the social relationships of this world, especially in America, the West. The time you were conceived in birth, you were going to be an adult in a new world where, if we want to call feminism on an all-time high, what it's just showing is nasty head and its surface during the 80s. So the time when you got married and got divorced for a reason, that it was only the beginning of what we call the end of what we like to call institutional marriage for most Western men and women in America. And you don't see that number growing any more better. You're going to see it decline more as the decades pass on because it's easy for people to get in and walk out. And not only walk out, but walk out with a clear consciousness. So when you hear always when men said that they do everything to give her everything, you never give a woman everything as a man. If you do that, you're just furthering your demise. You only give what you can, and you make sure whatever you give is you limit as possible. Because let me tell you something, they're not gonna respect you anyway. Because they know they think in their mind they're entitled to everything. Hell, you got women that is 300 or more pounds on social media talking about they want a top tier man. But no one's saying that which top tier man is gonna really take his resource money to you and you're bigger than them, twice the size. That's the question they should ask themselves. But they're not gonna ask that because in this first world nation, this country, they expect that a man gives them everything. And they just show up. Just show up. That's it. And make sure y'all like the stream. You showing up with your wallet in your hand is good enough for them. And they expect you to pull out more out your money. So what Jada is doing is no different what the regular, if we want to call a modern day woman, doing today. But they only dream to have that reality with, and I mean with, this so-called special prize man. And I can't say Will is a cleanup man per se, because when he met Jada, let's be honest, she had no children. But me and the good liberator, Amir Brown, said best, and he did streams on us, and I was part of that, saying that Will choose wrongly. And he did. You choose a hood booger at best, a street gal at best, from the streets of Bmore. And I ain't gonna lie, they got some sexy women in Baltimore. I shit you not. There's some good women, good looking women from Baltimore, like the good Officer Charles Faulkner once said. But wifing them, I don't know. You're gonna have to really think good on it. And let y'all know the links in the chat room if y'all want to come up and voice your opinion on this stream. That every woman in America dreams, and I mean a dream, to have a nice, well, clean up man like Will Smith himself, a square man, or what they want to call a boring man. Okay, you hear all the time said, he's one of them dudes that, let's say he might not been picked if he had certain status or money, which I agree. You know, and to knowing this, that every woman after they live their precious years, hold on, and every woman wants that, need that, and that he is like many Gen Xers. I can't speak for the millennials and the Gen Zs because they move in different directions. But let's say a man that's born before 1980, that he's a man that's carrying and hold on to traditions for the sake of maybe duty and maybe for the kids. But now that the kids are all grown up, what now? What now? My question to Will Smith: how long are you going to take this? Now, there could be something more bigger in stores for why all this is revealed. I don't know. Only time will tell. But we shall see. We shall see. I have somebody on the line now. So now, if anybody wants to open up and let's have this conversation, I'm opening the lines now. So I'm gonna take the first caller. Cajun Muckle. I don't know if I pronounced the name right. Welcome.
Koja, we done been on a couple of chats in the chats together, and maybe even a live stream or two. How you doing?
How you doing? Oh, really? Well, okay. Okay. We'll talk.
No, Bomb, BMT, Dick,
Okay.
whoever.
Oh, good, Keisha. All right. So, Keisha, well,
Koja,
what, Kocha, what is your take on this particular subject matter? I'm not sure how long you've been listening to the stream,
I've been
but I
in and
only
out.
revealed from what I've viewed and seen so far. But the floor is yours.
Y'all need to stop taking stuff out of context. When you're 18, 19, 20, you're young, you're carefree. And I don't advise anybody to get married at those ages 21. As we grow older, we don't like the same thing or look for the same thing. That's called maturity. Whether you have kids or not, we change and grow. So y'all act like people saying, oh, they settle. No. Did you? I'm sure what you used to drink at 21, if you had alcohol and you drank, I'm sure you like a better quality beverage now as you get older, as your taste palate matures. And as people, as we get older and our taste palate matures, you decide to value different things, whether you have kids or not. And y'all take stuff out of context. If this lady loved him or liked him or whatever, there are certain things you look for when you first got with somebody, maybe when you was in your early 21 or 22, that you don't look for at 30. That is not settling. It is growth. It is maturity. It is going transitioning to a different phase in life. And no couple, when you see a couple that's 70 and 80 years old together, we would love to think, oh, they had a glorious life. And I say, I wish I could sit down and talk with those people and go through all the stuff they had to go through to get to this point. Y'all have a Pollyanna view of what marriage is and how hard it is and how much people have to endure. But it's not always roses and butterflies and unicorns and rainbows. And that's what y'all like to paint. Will did his stuff too. It made everybody know Jada. And of course, we're going to bring playing everything under because we knew she liked Tupac. But Will had a lot of girlfriends in the meantime also.
It's more than Tupac,
But he had girlfriends more than one himself. They both. So we're going to focus on them. Whatever them grown people decided to do in their marriage. And when they get older, they may be fishing and on the lake in their yard or something. We don't know. But those are seasons in those people's life. And if you ever get married, you're going to listen to this stuff one day and say, I did not know all of the stuff it takes to stay together. And you got men on here giving an unrealistic view, and they're gonna always talk about what the woman did, and the woman gonna always talk about what the man did, and they're not gonna be honest in what really happened. And we listening to one side. The only people that know what go on inside a house and inside a relationship truly are those people, and their versions are gonna be different. So y'all do a disservice to men and women when y'all get
So
up here and comment on this stuff in this fashion. Because if those two people are happy or content within that, what business is it of ours? We up here talking about their life and they living life.
So, Coach Malika, let me ask you a question. And I got somebody else in the back chat. I got to open up. More people coming up. If the shoes were on the foot, would we be really talking about this if Will was doing certain things to Jada?
No, because it's accepted that men cheat. It is accepted. Oh man, she getting a good life for him doing whatever.
You sure about that?
Yes,
Are
I'm
you sure about that?
Yes.
Not to what I hear from most women. Most women will demonize this dude to the grave. Wait, hold on.
But it's more
Hold on.
acceptable for rich men to cheat than for women.
Somebody just came up. Yes. What's good, Charles?
What's up? Because I'm hearing something that's
You got to talk up, Charles. You sound too low.
What's up? I'm hearing something that's mighty disingenuous just right now.
What is disingenuous about it?
Because first and foremost, who was caught? Will or Jada?
They both have been.
Who was caught? Will or Jada?
Both have been.
Who was caught? No, they were not.
Both have. He had Eva Mendez.
You're being disingenuous.
Yes, they have. No, they both have.
Disingenuous
No,
as hell because last time
last time
I checked it, you're being disingenuous as hell because even if
Will
did
Smith
anything,
has never been outside of his marriage.
Even if he did or didn't, is it plastered on the TV?
But actually, it was. Excuse me.
No,
it wasn't. It was. It was actually. Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It's been in all the tabloids.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, well,
guess what?
because you say it out your mouth, because you say it out your mouth,
talking for 5 seconds.
Don't make it true.
Because you say something out your mouth doesn't make it true. See, you want to just try to demonize the men.
I didn't demonize anybody.
Yes, you did. Because
no,
guess
I
what?
didn't.
It's not both of them. You just coming up on Will. Because you know damn well if it was Will,
of those
guess what? Nope. It's Jada's idiocy, and she got to carry it on her own.
No, both of them did
Yes,
and they had an open marriage. And it has been alleged that both of them had
the open marriage was not revealed Coach until 2013.
Yes.
And no one really believes that the open marriage until Jada
revealed it. It's not cheating if those two people agreed to have an open marriage. It's us looking in on the inside, but it's not. It's not.
Can I ask the lady a question? Just a question.
Like matter of fact, how old are you? How old are you, lady? And are you married?
Yes, I am married.
And how old are you?
47.
47. So you're going to talk about, well, men are known for cheating, especially rich men. Women
cheat. That is not what I said. I said it has been more socially acceptable.
It's more socially acceptable for women to step out. Especially nowadays with these women.
If those two people had an agreement in their marriage, if those two people had an agreement in their marriage, those two people agreed to have an open marriage. If those two people have agreed to have an open marriage, that's not cheating and that's their business. First and foremost,
let's be realistic. Where's the paperwork that says this is an agreement?
Because
you're trying to alleviate somebody who messed up.
That is not our business that people have to actually do that.
Let's put aside
and it has been long acknowledged and alleged that they have an open marriage. But at the end of the day, those two adults are still together within their marriage. And
let's put aside the cheating.
Don't do. Let's
put aside the cheating for a moment, if I may, and just ask a broader question about Will and Jada. Has Will ever said or done anything willfully to in any way denigrate Jada?
Yeah, I'm not saying willfully because she didn't do anything willfully.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
August Alsina came out and spoke on that. Will did it. I mean, Jada did it. That was August Alsina.
Has he ever come out and said, you know, I think Jada's too short, or I don't think she's as attractive, or whatever, or she's not as success? I mean, has he ever done? I mean, everything I've ever seen Will done, especially in public, Will seem to go to an extra effort to celebrate Jada publicly. Would you not agree?
What those two
Would you
people
would you
agree
not?
to do,
Can you answer my question?
what those two people agree to
Okay, so
do
you're not going
in
to answer
their
my.
man,
You're
I'm
not going
saying,
to
I
answer.
don't, whatever
You're
their
not going to answer
agreement
the question.
was, that's them.
All right. So
That's them.
you've been talking for a while. So if you would be kind enough, please allow me to do
I
so.
actually have to
I'm
drop
I'm
down
just
for a
saying
little
because you
bit.
obviously
Yeah.
you're not going to answer my question. So
Because
there's no
it's
point.
not my
No,
marriage.
she's not gonna. She's not gonna answer.
Will has made very overt, very deliberate. From what I understand, part of the reason why Jada even got on the Matrix was because of Will. You know, Will made he created he financed the Hawthorne series they did for Jada, right? I mean, Will has made every effort to try to celebrate and elevate Jada. See, to me, this ain't just about whether or not they cheat, because their sex lives can be whatever they choose for it to be. People make deals, people make decisions about swinging and all kinds of other wild stuff. And I don't want to get into, you know, who has sex with whom and whether they're open marriage. That's their business. To me, that's not really the issue. The issue is Will has created a brand for himself over the last, well, hell, going back to the 80s.
30
Very,
years,
very,
30
very
plus
clean
years.
cut, very successful, very productive, succeedingly, you know, from rap to television to movies. And he's always presented himself in public. He's always presented himself very positively, very supportively towards Jada, very supportively towards his children. See, to me, the issue with Jada is not who has sex with what or whomever. I'm sure all kinds of wild shit has gone on with them that we don't, that it ain't even our business to know about. My issue with Jada is she's pissing on his brand. And she's doing it to him when he does not deserve that. Because he has not done that to her. He's not done that to her. That's the problem. Not whether or not she slept with this guy and whether or not he slept with Eva Mendes or whatever. I mean, you can speculate on all that stuff. That's not really relevant. Why is she pissing on his brand? What has he done to deserve her pissing on his brand? What has he done?
I'm gonna just say, in life, if you ever observe couples, you'll see they will have a louder person and they will have a quieter person. That is their thing. We chose. He had that clean cut image. Jada never had that clean cut image. She was always known for being sassy, slick and stuff. That is what they chose because they kind of probably balance each other out. But he selected that type of woman because people don't want to deal with themselves in the relationship. They generally draw people that are opposite like them, not always, but they do. And he knew that when he selected her, he knew what her image
You
was.
know, you're
Okay,
not
but
answering
it's
this
one
question
thing
right.
for her to be sassy.
I'm
I mean,
saying,
you're right. Jada has always been sassy. Her characterizations were sassy when she's been in movies and television. Sassiness is fine, and I'm sure that at least at some level or to some degree at some point that was a draw for Will. But being sassy is one thing, but the doing things that overtly, now you can't really. We as men, I'm just, and maybe you can't identify because you're a woman. We as women think lesser of Will because of how she's presenting him. That don't help him. That don't help their family. That don't help her. That don't help her. You understand what I'm saying? Look, I'm married. I've been married 30 years. Me and my wife have had arguments, issues, whatever. There are certain things my wife would never say and do amongst other people. Not ever. Things that would probably that would negatively reflect upon me, she would never say to anyone
But
else.
that is your
She would never
choice.
share with anyone
But
else.
that is your choice. And Will is a man that is not going to let the opinion of other men impact how he moves. And every man should have that, whether 1,000 men disagree with his selection or 1,000,000 of her. He is his own man, and he is not swayed either way by the opinions of other men. And that is admirable, because to
I
me,
think
it is
time
the
will
epitome
tell
of
Is
whether.
weakness
I think
for
time will
men
tell
to
whether.
determine
let
their
me
I
tell you,
think
household
time will
by the
tell.
opinion of
he
I
other
think
is
men.
time
swayed.
will tell whether or not
I
he has
think
been swayed.
whatever he does or does not do, and I'm sure he has heard this from many men and many men, he still holds his own and makes his own decision, and do not let other men's opinion factor into how he engages with his wife. And it is a
Because
weak man
his
that
wife
cares
brings
about
down.
the opinion of other men to the point that it dictates what goes into their household.
How
He is
much like, let me ask you this question. How much experience do you have in being a man?
huh?
How much experience do you have in being a man?
I'm gonna tell you this here as being
No.
my.
Answer my question.
Excuse me.
How much experience do
I'm
you
gonna.
have in being a man?
Let me tell you this here. I don't have to answer
You
anything of
don't
yours.
have
Now, I'm
guess
gonna
what?
answer it
Then
how
you
I
said
want to
you're
answer it.
not. You're
I
either
am
gonna
a
go either
human
answer or
being. I
leave.
am a human being that
So
makes
am
my
I.
own
So whatever.
decisions
So whatever.
according to what I want. And ain't no man
Because
or
you
no
know you're
woman,
being
even my
disingenuous. I don't
mama
give a
ain't gonna
damn if
tell
you
me
are an
what
alien from the
decision to
planet
make.
Krypton. I don't give
I
a
don't,
damn if you're
and
from the
I'm going to make
alien from
every
the planet
person,
Krypton.
every person,
Whatever,
regardless
man.
of
This
their
is
gender,
regardless of what.
has the
See,
right
you
to
gotta
make
see.
their
This is
own
the reason why
decisions.
black people don't progress, because you're going off your goddamn feelings and nothing sound. You saying shit that makes absolutely no
Excuse me, first
sense.
of all, I have
No,
not been
excuse me.
disrespectful
First of
to
all,
you,
you're
and I
not
have
gonna
not
interrupt
used
me.
curse words
Excuse
at
me.
you.
You're
So
not gonna
please,
interrupt.
if
That's
you're
you.
gonna, but you ain't gonna,
That's you.
I'm not engaging in
That's
profanity with you.
you.
So please respect my
That's
boundaries and
you.
don't engage in it with me.
That's you.
Well,
That's
anyway,
you.
we just won't speak to each other because I'm not
Guess
cursing
what?
you,
Guess
and
what? That's
I
you.
don't want to be
So
cursed. So you talk to the
you're
other
gonna
people on
keep
the
being
panel. No,
disingenuous
you're
to
not
everybody
talking to me.
ask your
You're not
question.
talking to me. If
You're
you're
gonna keep
gonna
going. Guess
respect
what?
my
I don't
business,
give a
if
damn
you're
what
not
the hell
gonna,
you're doing.
and we ain't talking no more. So you go on and address these other three people on the panel, not me,
I
because
don't give
we're
a damn.
done.
I don't
We're
give a
done,
damn what the
hon.
hell you got it.
We're done, hon. We're no longer engaging. So you engage with these other three people on the panel, the other two.
Well, guess what? You can leave too.
This ain't your
Because
panel. When
I don't
Chaos
give a
Rain
damn,
want me
but you
to
can
leave,
leave as well.
he'll
You
tell
can
me to
still
leave.
leave.
This ain't your.
You
See,
can
you ain't
still
even
leave
respecting this.
because guess what?
You're not even respecting this man panel. This is
Guess
this
what?
man panel, and
I
you
give
don't
him
run him.
respect, but not you.
You're not. You don't run
I
him.
don't
You up
have
here
to give you
you're
respect.
trying to take over
Guess what?
another man panel
I'm
and
not
tell
trying to
him
take
who
over
can
anything.
leave.
What you're
And
trying to do is
you just
overtalk people.
know what you're trying to
That's what
do
you've been
is
doing
try
for
to
the
make
past
somebody
20
leave a
minutes.
panel that's not
What you're
yours.
trying to
This
do
not
is
your
overtalk
channel.
people the
This
past
not
20
your
minutes.
channel. And I didn't
What you
curse you.
try to do is
But I
overtalk
didn't
people.
curse you. I did
I
not
don't give a
curse
damn
and
what
get
you
engaged
say.
with you. But this ain't your panel.
I don't give a
This ain't
damn what
yours,
you're
baby.
saying.
Well, I
I don't
don't
give
care
a
about
damn
the
what you're
dams you
saying.
give, other
I don't
whatever
give a
you
damn
give.
what you're saying.
And I don't give a damn. Address the
Don't give
other
me that
two.
because
Address
you're
the other two.
disingenuous.
Address the other
You
two.
just no,
Can,
you're
can,
Address
just
the
being
can,
other
can,
two.
can I
disingenuous. You don't want
can
to
I
answer a
pro-
Address
damn
the
thing.
other
can
two.
I propose a
Hello?
bargain? Can I propose a bargain? And
I
the
was gonna say,
bargain would be
like you
that.
hello? Hear
Oh
me?
yeah, pardon me. Yeah.
And the reason why I let it go on as is, I want to see not only where the conversation go, but see if because we having this conversation nonetheless to see how we could not only hopefully answer these questions, but to try to see to engage in a certain way where that at least we could at least be honest, say yes or no at best. Because think about culture. If you ask a man a question like, ask me a question right now, and I'll give you an answer. Go ahead.
Do you like the color red?
Actually, yes. See that?
Okay,
Answer the
but
question.
if you would have told me, I don't want to share my favorite color with you, or I don't want to share my opinion, I would have respected you and say, okay, and that would have been that.
With Windows 11,
Wait, hold
I'm
on.
not hunting
1
for
second.
show.
Well, it's very difficult because this is a panel. The presumption is that people are going to engage in earnest respectful conversation. You know, look, it's one thing if someone asked you some personal information about you or your family or whatever, of course you would not be expected to answer that question. But if we're talking about a general subject that you're not personally invested in, and if someone asks you just a sort of basic kind of
I
yes
don't.
or no, can I finish my statement?
Mhm.
If a person asks you a basic sort of yes or no question, you know, where's the harm in giving a yes or no answer? Where's the harm
Okay,
in it?
your answer is this here. They don't even allow you to ask leading questions in court, and there are certain leading questions that I choose not to engage in because I know it's created to solicit a certain answer to go to the next one, and I will not engage in leading questions. They don't even
So
let you do it in
so you
courtroom.
have a lot
So
of
that is my
experience in
choice.
being a man.
That is my choice not to engage in leading questions, sir, with the white
Okay.
avatar, the white avatar with the sign.
So you're telling me
Thank
that
you.
you telling
Well, no,
me
look,
that
I understand the point you're making,
Yes,
but
it's
thank
not
you
you.
know,
it's not leading.
it
It's
makes
just a question.
it makes for a very I don't know. It just makes for. I mean, what's the point of us being here on this panel? Presumably intelligent people having a discussion. What's the point of us
When
being
I
here?
asked
If
him not to address me with profanity, and he continued
Look,
to, and said he didn't give a damn because I was trying to respect him.
I
And
think part of
Chaos
the
knows
reason
that I can get down with the
I
cursing,
think
and I'm
part of the
trying to
reason
respect Chaos panel and not do
I
that.
believe part of the reason why Charles has responded the way he responded is because you repeatedly refuse to provide direct and earnest answers. And see, amongst
I
men,
have.
let me make this statement, and now I'll let you go. Amongst men, you know, and since this is largely the manosphere, when men ask men direct questions and they don't give direct answers, that that's a that's a that elicits a hostile response from men. And since
Well,
this is
y'all need
largely
to get in
a
control of y'all
masculine
hostilities.
and since
But
this is a
I don't have
largely
to answer to
masculine
a man or a
environment,
woman.
there's a there's a presumption of an expectation of more of a direct and earnest response.
Well, y'all expectations is actually really not my problem. But when I
then
respect you
why are
enough
you
to,
engaging men? You
I
have a
respect you
husband.
enough that
Go
if
to
you
him.
choose not to do that, I respect that,
Go
and it is fine. You don't have to answer a
go
question,
to
but
men.
your
Stop.
expectations
Don't
are
speak
not
to
that.
men then.
Um,
All I'm saying
I'm
is don't
actually
speak
gonna
to
hop
men.
off this chaos. I enjoyed your panel. I'm gonna listen from the clouds. I got some other things to do. I
Okay.
try to be respectful of your panel, and I did not want to curse and engage in that because you know I can get down with the cursing, and I just asked to
Okay.
be respected. But you all have a good night. I'm gonna
Well,
listen to the combo from the clouds.
we obviously know
Okay.
you're
Thank you,
down with
Coach
the
Malenko. Appreciate you coming out.
we definitely know you're down with being disingenuous.
And for
That's
those for those that's listening, please like the stream. Always share the
and see
stream. And if you're a new
that's
subscriber,
the
subscribe to the channel. Go ahead.
I'm sorry about that chaos, but I'm gonna say
Mhm.
this. That's exactly the reason why black men and black women have the issues they fucking have now. You have a bunch of disingenuous women who want to try to share the blame when one person and one party gets caught doing dirt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, and that's the reason why
And when there's an effort to get to the real heart and the truth of matter, they go in evasion mode.
they
You know,
evade. I
and
mean,
so
they go to
you know
David
one of the things
Copperfield.
I often say, and I know you've heard me say, you probably have heard as well, but I know you heard me say, I remain very suspicious of the value of women in the spaces of men talking. I mean, and I'm not prescribing any prescription on how anybody should conduct their channel here or otherwise. That's not the point I'm making. But my broader point is that there seldom is any real value gained from having real conversation with black women. It's seldom, seldom.
And I'm gonna say this. There's a reason why I asked her personally, how much experience do you have in being a man? See, they think their values as women and how women see each other is how men see each other. And that's absolutely false. Yes,
Hmm.
Will is going to have to carry on with every other man in this group.
Yeah.
he's gonna have to carry on with the men. Nobody gives a damn what oh he's doing this for his wife. No, he's trying to build a brand. He knows he looked weak.
They're about to release his movie about what's his name? The Williams.
Richard Williams.
Richard Williams. Look, all this negative commentary that don't help him. That don't help that movie. That don't, because now everybody's thinking about Will the Cut, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that don't. So, I mean, why would you, if she cares about him and his success and their family, and why would you do these? Why is it so important that you do whatever it is you feel you have to do, damn whatever potential effect it may have on him and his image and his brand?
Because just like that lady just now showed you of how selfish they are mentally. You want to go on with this $1 million diatribe trying to convince us of some BS when you're supposed to be married. What are you doing talking to foreign men? I have not once heard from Mrs. Hoover on a damn panel.
No, I never heard it.
She's not going to talk to no wayward men that he doesn't know. This is why I look real. Where women start to look real suspect. Why are you talking to us and not tending to your husband?
Yeah, I laugh when I hear a woman talking about, I'm married. I'm like, prove it.
What, to the drug gang?
Yeah. Because I don't know any man worth his salt is gonna let you talk online like that. That's why I don't take Kristen Harrison. I never took Kristen Harrison seriously. I'm like, ain't no white man worth his salt letting you do all this. Girl, quit playing.
Yeah. But yet, you're telling me, well, he doesn't care what other men think. Yes, he does. Every man
gotta care what other men think. Why the hell was he fucking crying on TV if he didn't care what people thought? Of course he cares what people think.
And let's go deeper. Now there was an article that came out saying he almost committed suicide because
right.
So I'm not sure if this
how
is
can he's gonna commit suicide, but he don't care what anybody thinks.
And see, that goes back over chaos and NAB, is that nobody gives a fuck what men go through. I'm sorry to be that vulgar so early, but nobody gives a flying fuck what men, particularly black men, go through. Well, you know, Will did his stuff. When? Well, it was in tabloids. Tabloids lie.
All the time. All the time. Any movie that any guy makes with any woman, they run a story that they're fucking. You know, but look, even if he had done some dirt, because there was also speculation that Jada fucked Mark Anthony when they were making that Hawthorne show. You know, but that kind of came and went. You know, it's like, well, you know, hey,
we talked about that. I talked about early in one of the few entanglements before the August incident. This was going on during the early 2010. So it shows that when we talk about infidelity, when a man does it, it's looked down upon and shamed amongst the whole community. That's what it is. But when women do it, we kind of brush it off the side. And you know why, fellas? Because let me just run this, let y'all know why.
Men are here to serve women. I truly believe this. This is my belief system, and I'm sticking to my belief system. And I think Black women deserve to be served.
That's it.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. The mental illness in that statement, especially coming from her.
Yeah, but don't say name.
Okay, let me shut up.
Yeah.
Especially from the cartoon character. And
so I mean, and the other thing, you know, Black women. Look, if you're a Black woman and you're hearing me right at this moment, and I know since you're a Black woman, of course, anything I say as a man you're not going to necessarily receive it in the spirit I intended. But and well, the most popular man right now in this environment says this very frequently. I don't know if I should necessarily name other channels or whatever, but the issue of the brand of black women. Jada Pinkett Smith is terrible for the brand of black women.
Oh, that's
Terrible for the brand. Because here's a woman married to a movie star, a black man worth $300 or more million. Success beyond all right and privilege, right? Achieved everything. This man, and this is by all accounts, a decent guy. There's no, to my knowledge, any criminal record or never heard about him beating on all the, at least on the surface, perfect things.
Mm-hmm.
And she still ain't happy. She still is unhappy and makes it a point of communicating to the world that she is unhappy and dissatisfied. That's a terrible brand for black women. She by herself will make legions of black men go SYSBM. Legions.
Yep.
Like, here's the point. And I gotta shuffle back into that last female caller. Now, one damn time could you ever say Jada was wrong? You had to put it, well, Will did his stuff too. Give him one good reason why Will should stay. Now, one woman will answer that.
Cricket.
Give him one good reason. What creative reason, except, well, they're married, it took vows. No, you're destroying the family. I've already raised my kids. They're grown. What good are you to me? You're destructive. You are a destructive being. And you're like chaos incarnate at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not even cute. It really isn't. It's not cute.
He really needs to get rid of her right away. The best thing he could do for his image is to just like get rid of her like right away and just get with the most superflies type female and just spoil that whole thing out in such a way that it just makes her look like shit.
Makes her look stupid.
Yeah. That would be his best move.
He could get another prime Jada.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
She can't get another. She can't get another.
Look, he won't want to get that. That would be him stepping down to go get another Jada. That would be him stepping down.
Me and Mary already talked about that, Black Guru, that when he chose Jada, he actually dated down.
Yeah.
He was wrong.
No.
It was already proven.
No. I mean, at this point, he needs to just go get well above anything like Jada.
Yeah.
And just like I say, spoil it out, do all the red carpeting and all that bullshit, and it's just I'm just move onward and upward.
I'm trying not to get too religious here, but I saw this meme on Facebook, and this just spoke to my spirit. No Jada Pinkett formed against me shall prosper. I'm sorry. That just spoke to my spirit, especially after the crap she's been doing over the past week. No Jada Pinkett formed against me shall prosper. Yeah. I almost fell out my chair when I saw that.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. And here's the thing. This is how stupid Jada is, and how black women in general is in particular in dealing with white women. Now, she's having this conversation with Gwyneth Paltrow, right? So, yeah, did Gwyneth Paltrow allude to not being satisfied by Brad Pitt? She was with Brad Pitt, right?
Mm.
Did Gwyneth Paltrow say, well, Brad Pitt wasn't hitting it right in bed?
No.
Did Gwyneth Paltrow say that I don't know, Ben Affleck or whatever didn't hit it right back in the day?
No.
Did she say Chris Martin? She was married for Chris Martin for over 10 years. Did Gwyneth Paltrow say Chris Martin wasn't hitting it right back when they were married?
Nope.
So here your dumb ass confessing your most intimate private business with your husband that you're still married to this white woman, and she ain't doing that shit with any of her white men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the same fool program that black women have always followed with this feminist shit,
You know
where
why?
they sell out black men and white women go home to their husbands. The white
You
feminists
know
go home to their husbands.
you know why? Because Jada and her fucking psychosis, and we know it's psychosis, she still believes that she's better than Will.
Yeah, that's true.
You can look at her face. She thinks she's better. This
Mm-hmm.
bitch hasn't been in none of the block. Not if you compare side by side the blockbusters, Will Smith still to this day prints money.
Mm-hmm.
Look, let's keep it 100. If Jada didn't marry Will Smith, what difference would it be between her and all the other black '90s actresses that came and went and we don't forget about?
Nothing.
I mean, think about it. Well, those of you who are old enough, remember the actresses like of the '90s or whatever, right? Early, mid '90s or whatever. And some of them were very beautiful, very popular, etc., whatever. How many of them remain at all relevant today?
None.
How many of them do you hear from, read about, see on red carpets? And you don't see or hear none of them. There were several other girls, for example, on Different World. Do you see or hear of any of them?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, the only difference between her and all those other pretty girls back in the day is Will. That's it.
Yeah.
She thinks in her head. She thinks in her head that Set It Off is equal to Independence Day. Just saying.
No, it's nowhere
You
close.
haven't
Nah, bro.
you
Nah,
have
bro.
never even been in she hasn't even been in a big budget film, man.
I mean, she was cute to look at, but I mean, there was never anything particularly magnetic about her. Well, look, let's be honest. In general, I mean, I'm going to sound pretty chauvinist right here. There are very few women, black, white, or otherwise, who can carry movies like men can. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Very few. I think
few.
Julia Roberts had a run. I guess Cameron Diaz had a run, but ain't too many of them. Ain't too many, white, black, or otherwise. Will carried all kinds of damn movies.
Yeah. I mean, she can't even be a Sigourney Weaver level.
Yeah. And you wouldn't have heard or known too much about Sigourney Weaver for too long were it not for the Alien franchise.
Yep.
Sure.
So a lot of women, well, especially black women, white women are a little more indirect about it and a little more subtle about it. And they know they have the dilemma of, even if they resent white men, they know they also actually need white men. And they don't necessarily think that they are superior to white men. They don't really believe that shit, right? The fundamental difference between them and black women actually think they're better than black men.
They literally believe this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at
I don't know how you cure that.
You might can't. Maybe you can't.
I don't know how you cure that either, Black Urugu, but my thing is this. What she's doing right now and what is already set and present in this environment is the testament that this is what every sister's dream. And I conclude on this. That's why I'm really mention or waste time to talk about it. There are some female content that do talk about it in good faith, but majority not, because at the end of the day, if the man has not do nothing wrong, then everything is good. They could sure as hell do wrong by you and is accepted, but make sure if you do that you're going to hear their mouths. You're going to hear content demonized and all it's and above. That's why, when you guys ask the question, no woman's going to really be honest. That's why when I throw the question, say, let's put the shoes in the other foot. It's the same thing. And we all know that's a lie because we know how these women think, females think. You step out, you're this, that, third. My man, you step out as a woman, oh, it's nothing. They say we're open, so it's cool. But
Jada was banging a suicidal, unhealthy, sick friend of young friend of her son.
Yeah.
If Will did that, he'd be in fucking jail right now. He'd be in jail.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But like I said,
everybody just kind of brushed it off, right?
Especially if she was like 18 or something. We would never hear the end of it. Oh, the shame is
he'd be getting sued. He'd be getting sued. He'd be getting indicted. His career, he wouldn't have a career. He wouldn't have a career. That'd be over.
Yeah.
And for her, it was just an entanglement. And people laugh about it. They laugh about
actually,
it.
They were laughing at Will, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And see, she don't really know the ramifications when that came out. That's why when Will sat down in that same Red Table Talk, unfortunately, with her, and they sitting there trying to, I guess, brush you off. Oh, my fault. Let me. Okay, you're good. I'm looking at it and thinking hard, say, not only was it an insult, but now they tell us that this man was going off the marriage. And I say, okay, where has he been very sloppy where the media catches it? I'll wait. We don't hear not one because he's not really been doing it. And if he was doing it, he probably doing very much responsibly if we want to go there. But for the sake of conversation, once you come out in the press and people are aware of it, you have tarnished the brand you and him have. Because now every man that's gonna look at him as some simp, as a beta male, weak man, saying you're just gonna let your wife do it, regardless it says open marriage, which we don't really take that consideration. That every man's gonna look at it and it's reflective. Even to the point now, it's so reflective now that you are contemplating to kill yourself. That tells you this is not a healthy situation. But the best bet is you better just end this. And regardless all this entanglement, all this thing that's coming out now, and we could say it could possibly be for a book, but the way how it's structured right now, it's hard to believe that. So I want people to be clear that everything that's coming out now, right, as a distraction now, it's reflective. That a lot of women will never say anything about this because this is supposed to be acceptable behavior amongst us.
I'm not gonna say anything about it because they believe.
Hold on, but before you say something, Charles, let me see what this is. Somebody came up. Hello, Surreal Neutral. Who's this? Or Surreal Actual?
Yo, it's Shattered, bro. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, go ahead.
What's up, Shattered?
Hey, what's going on with you, Charles? What's up with y'all on the panel, man? Appreciate you letting me come up, KR.
Yep.
Go
ahead,
I
Charles.
said that in the chat earlier. I was really trying to tell you, and I seen Charles was in the diatribe with the chick. I was basically saying that you just look at the August Alstina thing, right? And let's just say, okay, they did have an open marriage, like the woman was saying or whatever. Well, if they did have an open marriage and that was the case, and they say that Will did his thing, but we don't have no receipts on that, and none of the women that they allege that he did the thing with ever came out, I would make the argument that, hey, at least Will's side pieces got enough damn respect for him to not go to the tabloids and say nothing about it. August Alstina basically was sitting up there on his high horse. Will done let you in the house with his kids and his wife. You done did what you did with his wife. Then you get up on your damn channel and trying to clout chase with other people and actually basically saying, yeah, I was fucking her. And that shit there, that's whack as fuck.
But that's because if Will has done something, he's done something with people who are mature, respectful of his situation. He is of theirs. They are doing whatever they're doing and then going back to their regular lives. But she specifically chose to get involved with an unstable young man who was a friend who was brought into her home by her son, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just take out the cheating aspect of it and just look at the details about Alcina in particular, it don't reflect very well of Jade.
Let's look at it this way. Even though she got these weird ass kids, you notice Will's oldest son is normal and the rest of these bastards are weird. But
yep,
what type
they got different mothers.
Yeah. Look at the stupidity and the shame you brought to your son. I don't care what nobody says. Your mother fucks one of your best friends. You're gonna be thinking how many times has she done this before when your friends come over the house?
Yeah.
Like, you not only embarrassed your husband, you embarrassed your son.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, if that was the case and I was Will Jr. or whatever, I'd be like, hey man, you know what? I ain't bringing none of my friends to the house no more because mama don't know how to fucking chill out.
And then let's keep it funky, Shatter. If this would have been the normal everyday hood, August would have got his shit kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, he been faded.
No, real talk. Soon as he got out there on that show where he physically put it out there, Lil Will and a couple of other people probably in the family would have been like, "Oh hell no, we finna make a visit. We finna make a visit."
You know, and accidents can happen a few years later.
Yeah. Notice what happened to his career, even though he didn't have much of one anyway. All that clout chasing, he flounders.
The industry says you're gonna fuck. The industry folks are saying, okay, so you're gonna fuck over Will Smith like that? That's what the industry said. That's what all the friends that Will has made over the last 30 years. That's what all of them are saying. No, he's done.
Right, and look, and even if that was the case, you know how it is in Hollywood. If something did happen in Hollywood, a lot of times you get promoted for keeping your fucking mouth shut.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. And he did not do that. So whatever clout that he was thinking he was gonna get out of it, let's look at the career since then. What's happening?
Hannibal
Yep. I mean, you get all these people, these weird ass people trying to justify this behavior. I'm getting so sick and tired, fellas, that there's very few women who will say she's just wrong. She has to cope with that. She has to carry that shit. You're wrong. Like, my God. Saying something direct for women is like fucking pulling their teeth. But a real man, once you said that, I lost all respect for you, lady.
Deflecticon.
Deflecticon.
But they have no value for the accomplishment of black men.
Nope.
I mean, look, damn whoever having sex with whatever, you know, you would think sensible women would think like this. Okay, this is an accomplished, famous black man. You know, he, by all accounts, has behaved decently, has never said anything negative about black women. Obviously, he married 2 black women, so he apparently don't have some sort of negative view about black women. So in every way, he has at least publicly honored black women, and yet it don't mean nothing to them. It don't mean nothing to them.
Well, I'm like on the eve of this, man. When I saw that it was on YouTube on the advertisement, I saw it, King Richard, right? And when I saw it, and I saw that I didn't know Will was even playing him. I heard about they was gonna do a project on it, but I didn't know Will was getting the deal. Will got that deal. I'm looking at it. I watched the whole damn ad, and that's very rare for me because I hit skip as soon as I can get 5 seconds. And I said, man, just the trailer itself was so powerful about how he was battling racism and battling, you know what I'm saying, the powers that be in tennis where they didn't want him in there and they was trying to get him knocked out.
Let me tell you.
Things. That's a powerful brother. How dare you come out there and say this stuff about he not fucking you right on the eve of his damn movie? You should have enough respect for the black women and the black race to not even put that out there on the man. He finna get ready and portray Venus and Serena, arguably two of the best women players in the world. And then you gonna say that now? Come on, man. That's you could have saved that shit.
And I don't think it's coincidental at all that she did what she did on the eve of the release of that movie. I think that was very intentional. Very intentional.
I agree 1,000%, but I say to myself, in her deluded mind, she think that means something. To other people, even women that's on her Instagram and Twitter, when they start firing back at her, like, hold on, bitch. The only reason we even really fuck with you still, because you married to Will.
Yeah, I tried to tell black woman.
You got him, and you gonna treat him like this? And then she that's when she came back and said, "Oh well, me and my husband's sex life is great." Bitch, come on, man. We see right
fuck you.
I tried to tell this one black chick, like, have you talked to married people? What Jada is doing right now is a huge, even among couples that do swinging like that. What Jada is doing right now is a huge no-no. You don't talk about your sex life like that.
Look, there are people, I know lots of married people. There are people who hate each other in private who wouldn't do the shit that Will's doing. Because there's a code within their particular marriage, because see, here's the thing, it's not a marriage, especially a long-term marriage. It ain't just about you and your spouse. It's about your mama and your daddy, her mama and her daddy, your children, your siblings, her siblings. You know, when you've been married 20 plus years and you're in a sort of patriarchal type position that you would presume like Will would be in, given his wealth and his success, when you piss on him, you're not just pissing on him, you're pissing on all of us. And white women who will hate their husbands. Well, look, let me tell you, white women will hate their husbands. Would never do what Jada's doing publicly. Would never even think about doing.
And if they're gonna do their devilment, they just gonna wait till they get a PI to find him fucking his mistress, and then just fucking sue the hell out of him and get his money. That's what
get his money. Yeah, right.
But here's the point: when you don't have anybody who respects you, you have these people who look. Think about it. I remember when Black Yoda was telling us this goddamn story about a guy who basically okayed his then, I guess, fiance or girlfriend, now obviously his wife, and said that's a good man. He's a smart man.
Oh yeah. No, I'm with the woman I am now because of the word of another man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men have a code where we either say you with it or you're not. And I'm looking at this whole thing, and I'm telling women constantly, look, men don't care about love like y'all do. We care about respect.
No.
Notice in the Bible it said,
woo!
Husband, love. Can I get a woo for that one?
Yeah.
Woo!
Right. Woo!
It says, men, husbands, love your wives. Wives, respect your husbands. Don't give a damn about love. I don't give a fuck if you love me. Respect me.
Yeah.
I should not have to go and tell. You know, the other night when I was hanging with cousin Tita, and the chick was coming from DC. I was prepared to go to her house. That was the plan we had when she came from her concert. I said my room wasn't straightened because I was banking on yours. So, you know what she did? Instead of complaining, she started to clean up.
Right.
Ooh, that's a volunteer. I call that a volunteer right there, Charles.
That's respect. Like,
but Charles, back in the day, when I was coming up, that was a no-brainer. I mean, there was no. I mean, you know, when I was way back in the day when I was coming up, it was nothing for a chick to come over your place and start cleaning your place up. That was like a given, right?
Yeah,
that was
it fucked me up when the first time it happened to me, bro. It literally, because
I feel sorry for y'all, man. I feel sorry for you young
The
dudes.
first time it fucking
man.
happened to me, bro, I was like, it fucked me up then. It was years ago, but it fucked me up because I was like, literally, I had roommates and they had a bathroom where it's just, you can imagine me and roommates.
Yeah.
You know how that shit can get. We got 3 bathrooms, one downstairs for the company, and the company bathroom never gets clean, right? But that's the one she always wants to use. So she come in there one day out the blue, called me. I'm on my crib. I'm like, come on in. I'm thinking she just want to chill or whatever, you know, so go get something to eat or something like that. Shit, man, she come up in there with some comment, some
With clean,
straight gloves. She got gloves. She got a whole like bio kit and shit. And like I wouldn't clean it, and I'm used to some dirty shit. I done seen some dirty shit in the military and the latrines. Motherfuckers is ridiculous.
Oh Lord, oh yeah.
Like, it was bad, bro. That's why I didn't want to clean it. She went in that bitch with no fear. I said, man, this bitch is a keeper.
And I'm like, and I'm looking at this shit. Not only did she do that, she also brought food with her from DC.
Dude,
oh boy, you not gonna keep right there.
Like here's my shit, and I've said this to many a men in the manosphere. I got more out of women I'm not screwing than you do out of your girlfriends and goddamn wives.
You know what? You know what? That's an interesting thing. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what about when I was up and my leg was propped up? I had various women who I never slept with who were good friends, brought food, washed dishes, cleaned up, helped my mother cleaned up. And I'm just thinking to myself, what type of men would allow women to just publicly disrespect? I even told 2 of my damn wrestlers who live with me, and they had their little girlfriends here. Wait a minute. I told them, come here. So these chicks are looking at an 80-inch TV, chilling with y'all. They didn't bring food. They're not clean.
Right. Didn't bring nothing to drink. Didn't offer. Are you serving anybody? At least if you ain't bring none, are you serving the men here?
Exactly. Like,
but see, I think that's a product also of the activity, as in the psychology of it all, right, Charles? Because the way that they move, you know, it's off and on, going wherever. You know, I'm married, so when my son brings over his friend, I'll fuck him. Like, these bitches just have no limit to the amount of dicks that they're gonna ride the carousel for. So even married with plenty of millions, with kids, with shit to lose, still we know the thirst is there. And so now you look at that, and she's not planning on staying around. So why would she clean up and invest? And to her mind, that's investing. That's investing.
Do you all remember what Jada said when Will asked her why did she do what she did? Do you all remember what she said?
What she said? She wanted to feed.
Said, for the first time in a long time, I felt alive.
Right. Yeah.
She told her husband for the first time she felt alive fucking a guy half his age.
That's why when I looked at his face,
he said that for the whole world to hear.
I looked at his face. I was like, Will is the most restrained.
He was broken.
Dude.
He was broken.
Like, even if he was like that when the tear came, the tear was up in there somewhere, wasn't it? It was like, it was like when a nigga died. It was like when a nigga died and he could never tell his brother, I love you, and he just drop a tear and die. I seen
when she said that, my hands started sweating. You know, just kind of imagine like putting them around her throat.
Man, when he said August, you see how she was running, deflecting, she was deflecting conning like a motherfucker, bro. Because
Will had that look in his face like he wanted to slap the black off, then back on her
all the way.
Black Rue is actually worse than you said it was. For the first time, she basically said for the first time she felt alive screwing one of her son's friends.
A nigga I let in my house. A nigga I probably gave rides to the movies, gave money to, looked out for.
No. If you listen to it, listen to the code. I always tell people, listen to what's not being said. Okay. When I heard Will say what he said, yeah, we took him in, he was sick. something to that effect. Yeah, he was sick. Yeah, well, we took him in. Yeah, he was sick. And he didn't say I gave him some money or you spent my money on him, X-Nay, on albums and photo shoots, and you probably named whatever the fuck he wanted. And then now
you know that woman spent real
he
money
looked
on
at
that.
he like, yeah, and we spent money too. He up and until I need to find the timestamp, we can share it. And man, up and until that point, like right there, I seen a switch over him. The madness of when you spend money and you let a person in your house and they fucking your wife and your wife trying to act like this shit is cool, is going to destroy you. If you cannot slap the hell out of her, you've got a level of control that I need to learn how to get to. But I saw him die.
I would not like to play cards. I would not like to play cards against that man.
I could never tell his face, bro. Never.
I would never like to play chess with that man.
Right.
It's and I'm gonna tell you, Will's got 400 million reasons why. Let me put it to you this way: his Rolodex is probably worth about $1 billion.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
more than that.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna put it to you this way.
His phone is worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
Let me put it to you this way: he's in a business and a society where you can disappear.
All right, I'm back, guys. Hope y'all guys I should tell you I step away, but hope y'all guys were nice.
We've been carrying the torch for you, Chaos.
You will disappear, Charles. You will.
Yeah.
Or you'll just have an accident in the ravine and no one ever knows. And yeah, your body was submerged. We just found the car.
Yeah.
Just found it.
Like a lot of niggas don't know. August was playing with his life. He doesn't know.
Yeah, he didn't respect Will though because she didn't respect the key word, what you said, respect, right? So if the wife don't respect the kids, you obviously ain't respecting your friend. You ain't respecting his mother. You ain't respecting Will Smith, and you ain't respecting the fact that that's that man's wife, no matter what she want to do. And then you gonna come in there and do that, and then speak on it later. It's like a clout chasing thing. When it was hot in the algorithms, he went and did that. And then, like you said, I didn't really think about it, but he probably was thinking that he was on top of the hill right then, not knowing that your career is going to fucking shambles. I haven't heard a peep out of him since then.
I think I view it somewhat differently. I think he is a mentally and emotionally disturbed man. And I think Jada worsened whatever mental and emotional disturbance he already had. I think she really got into his mind and his spirit and fucked over him. And if you listen to Jada and if you spend enough time around Jada, she is exactly the type of woman who could do that to a man. If he's already vulnerable and weak, if a man is already vulnerable and weak, a woman like Jada is gonna fuck him up.
Mm-hmm. I can believe that.
She's gonna demoralize that nigga.
Yeah, like the respect level though, like once she start disrespecting you in the house, he sees it. Now he's sitting there, you giving the money for the cards and the checks and everything coming out your joint bank account, put it like that. And she got a slush fund for August. And she just take the ATM money out and just give it to him. You know you is supporting the person that's fucking your wife. Now, if you on some cuck shit, and this is what Hollywood and swingers do, and you got a bitch that you bring in and you and Jada do it, that's y'all business. But at the end of that, I don't give a damn what the sexual situation was. I'm a man. And bitch, you will not be having sex with one of our kids' friends behind my fucking back to a point I gotta find out, and you supporting it. It's gonna be some things gonna change right now. Yeah. See, so we in California, I know this the worst divorce laws in the world, but he got so much money being married to you. He got so many deals, like you said, with the Hawthorne or whatever. He produced that for her. And The Matrix was the biggest thing she ever did. And I'm sure we'll call some favors for that.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm going to put it to you this way. If Will leave Jada right now, Will might even be even more stout. He might pull a fucking a Jeff Bezos.
or an MJ.
Yeah.
Where he was worth 4 or 5 times as much, you know, as he
Hold on,
was after he got rid of her.
Black Hero, hold on, let me say something. Queen of Virtue, I have given you the sniper. Please use it respectfully. Only report to me if you feel any activity, and I'll give you the ALK to shoot on sight. All right? That's in conversation.
All right.
On site.
Because
Violators will be shot again.
a lot of niggas forget that Will is still from Philly.
Mm-hmm.
That's still a Philly nigga, okay?
Exactly.
Don't think this year or next year August might have a run-in with some niggas at a club and beat his women ass.
Mm-hmm.
And wasn't nobody say nothing because guess what? Will Smith didn't slap his wife when she said she was fucking this nigga.
Yeah.
So he obviously didn't do anything. August, he's a rapper. Boy, they would get that fucking story straight, boy, and it would be 30 seconds. And next thing you know, and we have Jose with the weather.
Yep. And then shit. Hey, Will, call me. But anyway,
Real talk.
I mean, shit. Type of money he got, and he gonna bail me out.
Yeah.
Why did you do it? Somebody need to slap the nigga.
Say, bro, I'm gonna be straight real. If that was his son, the little Will partner, I would at the son. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, Pops, I seen some flaw shit, and I don't know. I know y'all be fucking other people or whatever. You know, he probably knows whatever is going on, some of it. So I would just, if I was him, I'd be like, hey man, you need to watch this nigga August, man. You feel me? Like I want to do something to him.
But you know, his son's so weird and coked out, he probably couldn't pay attention to his goddamn shadow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that you know, I mean, he's tampered with them, you know, so there's no telling what, you know, is going on in that boy's head. No telling. You know, you got the daughter writing love letters or whatever to Tupac in the grave and shit. I mean, she's really tampered with their children.
Mm-hmm.
It's very insulting, Black Hero. And let me ask you a question, Black Hero, since you have daughters.
Sure.
How do you feel if something like that and your daughter was respond to someone that your mom was once acquainted to so passionately on live air? What will you feel? What most will come to you?
You know you know, both of my daughters are such daddy girls. You know, I mean, I talk to my daughters, especially my youngest daughter. I talk to my youngest daughter every other day almost, right? I mean, they're both grown, doing well on their own. So, I mean, it's hard for me to even imagine them doing that just because of the relationship that we have had their whole lives. But I mean, I can hardly think of anything that would be more painful to me than for them to be putting some dead man over me. It's hard for me to even describe how I would think and respond to that because it's so weird. Like my older daughter looks like my sister. My younger daughter looks like my mother. I mean, these girls are so much of me, right?
Right.
That
Right.
it's very. I can't imagine that. I don't think I can answer that question because I can't even hardly imagine.
It's almost unfathomable, man. It's pretty much unfathomable in a normal situation. Like my girls wouldn't turn on me for you. Shit.
Right.
Oh, no doubt, bro. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like the unfathomable of it, if that's a word. But yeah, it's like my daughter. That's like me. Like if she sense any tremor in the force, whether it's coming from family members, outside people, or wannabe people, she gonna come to dad and be like, "Hey, this shit ain't right. I don't like it. I don't give a damn if it's her mama. she gonna be like, I don't like what my mama doing, daddy.
Let me tell you, when my daughters were young, and when me and my wife would be hugging and kissing, they would instantly come and get in between and try to push my wife off of me
Oh
and
wow.
get in between. I mean, it were all the time. It would be very difficult for us to have any show of affection in front of them because it
Yeah,
would bother them.
yeah, it did. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you right,
get
dog.
off
You
my
right. I never
daddy.
thought about it like that. But yeah,
Get off my
I
daddy.
see that too. Like, yeah, what are you doing? Like, what you doing? Stop doing that.
So no, it would be very difficult for me to answer your question, chaos. Yeah, it would break me. It would just destroy me
Yeah.
if my daughters were to put some dead man over me. I,
Mhm.
Okay,
I just
I follow. I feel.
Oh yeah.
I'm
it's
just
horrible. It's horrible what she did. She has done to that
Yeah.
girl, and to it's just horrible, horrible.
And I would just add one on like this. Me and my dog, we got a great relationship and shit. But when we was like early on, and she was getting up and 3, 4, getting towards the preschool age, the pre-K, age where she, because I want her to be all the way ahead of everybody, pre-K, instead of just waiting for them to go, at 5. I want her to be already ahead of everything. So I would come and pick her up. And one time I was in Houston for a while, man. I had to work this job. I couldn't leave for a minute. And I came back and she was in the car with my baby mama and her dude. And she's so young, the kids, they be so young. They remember you, but their kids, they small. They used to what they normally be with it, you know what I'm saying? It was like she almost forgot me. And when I walked up to the car and I was coming to get her, she started crying because she thought I was taking her from her mother and her dude. You know what I'm saying? And it fucked me up because I was like, man, I will slap you and this nigga. This is my daughter. Why is she crying when she see me? What the hell y'all done did to her? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
She wasn't acting like that at first. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, maybe I chalked it up, of course, being, you know, just being a kid, not knowing, you know what I'm saying? I could understand as a young small child. So when she got old enough, you know what I'm saying, and when we could talk and we could understand, because I talk to her like a regular person. I don't just talk to her like the stern old school daddy stereotype. I talk to her language because I know how they understand. It's like me, like you were saying. That's you. You. It's like if you went back in time and you could tell your 18-year-old self before you made the most mistakes in your life, and you would be like, I'm from the future, I'm you, nigga, don't do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Would you even believe her? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm just saying, like, if you told yourself that and then you knew exactly what to tell yourself in that moment, that's how I do it with the kids. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. I know you think I'm old. I'm not a boomer. So don't you call me okay boomer, motherfucker. I'm they so stupid nowadays. And I'm like, look, if you just do it like this what's gonna happen. Or if the bitch doing this to you, just don't do this or counter with this. And they be like, man, you old school. Okay, boom. Okay. And niggas come back to me and be like, man, damn, you was right. And either you gonna learn when I tell you, or you gonna learn when you get your ass spanked out here. One way or the other. It's your choice. But all them choices equals still loyal to my daddy. I'm not gonna let no niggas come in between that. My mama can't even come in between that. Even if y'all ain't together, I'm gonna still rock with my daddy. You know what I'm saying? And that's how your daughter gonna be with you. If you really in her life like that, you know what I'm saying? You right, bro. That's exactly how I feel about mine.
I mean, this is a classic case of what destroyed the black community. It was never the man. It wasn't the children. It was that fiendish ass woman who selfishly put herself above her family. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Will worked hard. He worked damn hard.
But for what? Okay. See, for what though? See, now if you're gonna be the Black Widow or the Black Willow, no pun intended. If you're gonna be the Black Willow, what is the accomplishment of getting on this red table minus the clout that your mother seems to be at the table, so she's got something to do with this. I'm sure she's a bane in Will's ass from how I see how she operate with Gwyneth Paltrow up there. Oh Lord, you know, like my man was saying, Gwyneth Paltrow. When have you ever heard Gwyneth Paltrow say anything about her husbands or whoever she fuck with? I don't even know. I don't even know who she fuck with. That's how much I don't know about it.
Never. Like, you got to think about it. There's no solemn thing out of it. I like to go back. And it's funny that she actually played a character on Gotham. She is the living embodiment of the Joker. She just want to see the world burn.
Yeah, man. I'm talking about like you will burn your own marriage down. We're going to call it open marriage. I'm going to skate out and deflect the con through the whole thing. Even at the end with me cheating. My man, get on my show. I want this show. This is the show. This is how we do it. Who did she have on? When she got big, Steph Curry. She ran her down the damn hole. Yeah, I want attention from men. Everybody that gets on her everything on her show, it's just fucking bullshit, dog. Like, like she makes the women. How could your woman, say on national TV she wants attention from other men and get away with it? Because you can't even look at a bitch ass at the waitress when you want to fuck up. You know, you know what I'm saying? But they want attention.
Because attention is the number one most addictive drug to women. That's why.
Oh, that's a damn man. And look, they pay.
Yeah, I mean, and the question you have to ask is, why would a married woman deserve the attention of other men?
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's you know, that's a good question. It's interesting. Nobody asked that question when they were having that interview. Why? Look, if you're married to a man and he's happy, you all are happy with each other and enjoy each other and still very amorous towards each other. Why are you entitled? What are you doing that makes you entitled to have the attention of strange men?
You know why though? Because see, the people on there is all scared of Jada. They scared to go against the grain. She is like the you know, the big dog on the bitch hierarchy. So you know, she like, yeah, I've been fucking Will. I'm doing August. Yeah, I was doing Tupac. Yeah, I was doing. She telling these bitches like, yeah, this is how you come up. She's Brittany Renner's grandmother.
Oh yeah. I will do that. Hey, let me say something. I think that would be fair for people to contemplate and possibly end on that note. Any person want to have final say for the stream? We can go in the order, which is either from.
I'll go with, if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead. Thanks for having me on the panel. I think it's my first time you've been on this panel. Yeah. So I appreciate my inaugural visit, and I look forward to coming again with your graciousness. You know, I mean, and I said this before. This is a terrible advertisement for Black women on so many levels, and it's sad that they don't realize. Like, even if you say forget about Black men or whatever, which you know seem to be quite apparent, that's what they kind of collectively think. But you just don't want y'all don't want no men. Because do you really think white men are going to want you? Do you think a white man is going to want a Jada Pinkett Smith, given what she's done to Will? What would or must a wise white man who looks at Will as the guy who saved the universe from the aliens and Muhammad Ali and all of that? What would a wise white man think he's getting if she's doing that to Will? See, that's the thing they don't think about. They don't think about
of his entire manhood and brand.
exactly. They don't think that,
The corruption of my own children.
Oh well, that for sure. They don't think though that, even if you don't like black men, and that's quite apparent, many of them don't. Look, you're not looking better to Latina men or to Asian men or to Arab men or whatever doing that. You're not looking by putting down and degrading the most accomplished, wealthiest black men. That's not helping you. That's not helping you. That's not helping black women overall. And they're so clueless about it. And it really, you hear about, save yourself, black man, SYSBM, and look, I mean, you can have your own personal views about that kind of thing, but it does make you kind of wonder if they're so cognitively dissonant at that level, at like even the highest of level that they could get, then what chance do the majority of brothers really have? And I'll end my closing statement with that.
Thank you, Black Urugu. Hope to see you again soon in the future.
Thanks again for having me.
Thank you.
It's a hell of an inauguration for Black Guru to come up. Hell of a day. I'm going to say this. We need to really stop being afraid to ask women the hard questions. Do you want to be married? Do you want a successful society? If not, leave us the hell alone. Stop being disingenuous. Stop having this cognitive dissonance. Stop trying to tell us this little white lie that's what black oil stirred into it. What's the excuse gonna be when you have a man worth 400 million? When you have men who are family men, what's the excuse? At some point, you're gonna have to give a representation of yourself. What will history say about you? And from what it looks like, it's not going to be too pleasant. You can't say you're the best mothers. You can't say that you're the greatest wives. All you're doing is making a bastardization of family.
Or lack thereof.
So at the end of the day, make this hard decision. You want to feel loved, or do you want to feel protected? Because if we make the decision before you, you're not going to get either.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. And I'm going to end with these words because I might file a restraint myself later tonight or in an hour or so. There's two things black men should look forward to. Either we lead or we leave. Thanks a lot, Chaos. Woo!
Woo!
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Either you lead or you're going to leave. And they're going to say, don't go. But I got to go. But please stay. No, I got to go. Either I lead or leave. But you know how it goes. And like always, in conclusion, to all this madness, and this is madness nonetheless, is this. It's gonna come to a point, so people must understand. And men, young men, if you're 20 and above, know this. It's gonna come at a point in your life. Whether you take this journey in a long relationship or a marriage, make sure you have some form of control in this, because you don't want women like a Jada Pinkett Smith feel so comfortable and loosely in her behavior. I don't care what it is, because her reflection is on you. And if they seen that your woman could do off shenanigans shit like this, then they could look at you as a very much feeble, weak man. And trust me, other men are paying attention to this. That's why they are doing this in front of you, behind your back. So, like always, don't be that man that everybody laughs at you when your woman is off code like that. It's not a good look. And one other thing I forgot to add, and it almost slipped my mind. For most men must understand this. Women are always going to try you. It's an evident fact. You better know your boundaries right off the bat. And please let them know. If you don't let them know, they're just going to keep trying until, you snap. And I don't want men, especially black men, to snap for a reason. You resolve the issue swiftly and keep pushing. And like always, like Charles said, either lead or lead. That's just the honest truth. So this is Cast Rain. If you're new to the channel, please hit the red button as you come in or on your way out if you're not subscribed to the channel. And make sure you hit the top bell, because YouTube is doing this little purging of removing people from the subscribers, and it comes with a territory after a while. So if you're subscribed to any content creator, make sure you're still subscribed and your notifications on high. Anything less than that, they will purge you. It is what it is, regardless of the content, good or bad. So if you respect and like your content creators, you know what to do. You make sure you're still subscribed to the channel, and make sure you hit the top bell. Also, follow me on Twitter at CastRain7, where I post some things on Twitter. And add me on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. And I put Discord on the chat room, so if y'all want in the future, I'll put Discord link for people that want to add me on Discord. But other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for listening to this stream. And you know where to catch me. Oh, and one thing, don't you think, and always keep in mind that when always you see women, and this is a closer, if those got far to end of the stream, keep in mind that when women see Jada Pinkett Smith, they're vicariously see themselves, and this what comes to mind for those that don't know. And I'll leave you with this.
Men are here to serve women. I truly believe this. This is my belief system, and I'm sticking to my belief system. And I think Black women deserve to be served.
Take it up.